Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to review the two swing trades that I opened this week. One of them on Home Depot, closed it for about 91% gain. In hindsight, Home Depot has continued to run even with the Dow weakness that we saw today. Home Depot moved even higher, so it was very interesting to see that. But overall, a great trade, a great entry, and I'll go ahead and break down the technicals, why I got into it, why I got out of it, and show you guys the gains that I was able to make on this Home Depot swing trade. The second one that we're going to go over is a loser. Ulta is a swing trade that I'm currently in. I have not sold yet, and I made some mistakes with this trade. First of all, I did not get a far out enough expiration, and we'll talk a little bit about that trade. I'll show you the technicals, why I still think Ulta can do what I originally thought, which is fill the gap that it had on earnings. But right now, it's taking a little bit longer than expected, and with short expiration contracts, that's how you can really lose some money. So we'll go over that swing trade as well. So as always, guys, before we jump into this one, make sure to press that like button for me, subscribe to the channel for some future videos, and make sure to press the bell notification so that you guys know every single time that I post on this channel. So we'll go ahead and start with the winner, and then we'll go into the loser after, which is Ulta. The winner is Home Depot. Congratulations, first of all, to anyone that took Home Depot with me. I know a lot of you guys in the Discord chat did, and anyone that's following me on the Options Insider Instagram, I had that trade there as well. This trade worked out perfectly. It did exactly what I was expecting. We got in at a great time. We got out, I believe, at a good time as well. You're never going to take the full move. If you're still holding Home Depot, congratulations, you're making even more gains than what I did. 91% was a great profit for me with the contract that I took, so I am very happy to take those profits. So congratulations on that one. Let's go ahead and jump into the technicals. We'll go over where I got in, where I got out, why I took this trade, and then after that, we'll get into the loser, and that's the Ulta swing trade. All right, guys, so we got the Home Depot daily chart pulled up. First of all, if you guys didn't see the first Home Depot video that I posted where I was talking about when I got into this swing trade, the first thing that I liked was this strong support. We'll go quickly over this because maybe some of you guys have already seen this. We'll quickly go over this nice support that I was watching back here from May and June. So really nice support that we bounced off of. The next thing that I was looking for was a break above the 20-day. So we got that break above the 20-day back here on the 11th of March. This is when I got into this trade, on the 11th of March. So I got in here on this day of the 11th, and we've gotten 3 straight huge green days on Home Depot. This is a huge move for a stock like Home Depot. I mean, from the lows until now, about a 15% move on a stock like Home Depot can really make you a lot of money with options contracts. And now those contracts that I bought, I think, are up a little bit over 100%, maybe even more. So a great trade. You can see I got out on the 15th, I believe, that's this day right here. And today was another monster day for Home Depot, up another 1.5% just about. So on the screen, I'll go ahead and pull up the entries and exits, and I have it on my phone right here. So Home Depot, 311 at 10:15 a.m. I got in April 16th, 280 calls. So I was looking for that 280 price target. I was looking originally for a little bit lower. I was looking to see if Home Depot could fill this gap. So right here, we have this gap down on Home Depot, and the bottom of that wick is around 274. The bottom of the close was around 275. So anywhere from 274 to 275 was where I was targeting this trade to get to. And when we got to that, I wanted to stick to my rules and I wanted to take my profits. So on the 11th, you guys will see that I got into that trade. So I'm pulling it up again. So the 11th was when I got in at $3.69. Now, my first exit was on the 15th, and you guys can see I scaled out of this over time. So I had 3 separate exits because I was sort of letting it ride a little bit. On that day, on the 15th, we were really moving up. So I'll go to the charts here. I'll go to the 5-day, 5-minute, and we can see on the 15th, which is right here, here's the 15th. So my first sell was at 9:32 a.m., and that's when we had this huge move higher on this first candle here, a huge move higher straight out of the gates. And I didn't expect something like that on Home Depot. That's not usually what Home Depot does. So I wanted to make sure to lock in some profits. I didn't anticipate Home Depot to continue the entire day and hold those gains, which you can see in hindsight, it definitely did. So the first sell was at 9:32. The second sell was at 9:45, which is on this candle right here. So I got out of another contract even higher, letting the last contract ride a little bit longer. So you can see the last time I got out was at 10:22 a.m. on the same day. So 10:22 was right around here on this big red candle. So I got out on this dip, just taking my profits. The contracts were up about 91% on that last sell. So I went ahead and I took my profits. So a great trade out of the 20-day moving average, a nice swing trade, a big overreaction. If we go back to the daily chart, big overreaction on earnings, falling to a strong support. We got back above the 20-day and I took advantage of these two big green days. So really nice to see. Now looking at today, obviously it may hurt some of you if you guys, wish you could take the entire move, but it's not realistic to catch the entire move of every trade. It's something you have to sort of put behind you and not think in hindsight. So again, a nice move here on Home Depot, about a 1.5% move today, and we've gotten all the way up to $282.52 at the high. So if we go back to the daily chart, my original target, as I said earlier, was around this gap fill. So that was right around here. And I did not expect, I did in the first video say that maybe we could get to this 283, 282 level, but I thought that was a little bit over bullish. I did not expect us to get there that quick. And you guys can see that we're basically to that level on Tuesday of this week. So very fast move here on Home Depot. Will we break this level? I think we should anticipate some resistance here. After this big move here, straight green, what are those? That's like 7 days in a row green on Home Depot. I would think that we should anticipate some resistance at 283, 285 in this range right here. So if you guys are in a trade on Home Depot, just be aware of this upcoming resistance that you may see. If you guys took some profits, congratulations, a great swing trade. But one thing that I found pretty interesting was if we go to the Dow, which is right here, you guys can see today was a little bit red on the Dow. This is the futures contracts. Here's the Dow today, a big move lower, not big, but looking at it intraday, a move lower here on the Dow. But if we go to Home Depot on the 1 minute chart, we can see it was moving up. So Home Depot was pretty uncorrelated to the Dow today, which is not very likely to see. So overall, Home Depot was definitely a strong stock. It was a good entry. Congratulations again to anyone that got in. If you guys want to see all of my swing trades, you can either check out my Discord chat if you want to get them real time right when I get into them, or if you want to see recaps and updates, you can go ahead and check out my Instagram. Those links will be down in the description below. All right, guys, so I showed you the good trade on Home Depot. Very good trade, very happy with it, but it wouldn't be real of me to not also break down the losing trade that I'm currently in on Ulta. I did some things wrong with it. I like the technicals, and I still do like the technicals, but where I went wrong was I did not take an expiration far enough. We're getting a little bit of chop here on Ulta over the last few days, and with my short expiration contracts, the theta is really hurting me, and I'm currently down on the position. So a couple things I did wrong, but let's go ahead and jump into the technicals, go over this chart, see what I can potentially squeak out of it over the next few days, and talk about what I did wrong here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put up a screenshot of my current position here on Ulta. You'll see I'm down about $1,000 on this position. Today alone, I was down $700. So yesterday was looking really good. The close was strong. We broke above some important resistance levels, and I was very bullish from yesterday's close. Today, this morning, we got a downgrade from Guggenheim, which I think really hurt this stock. You can see today Ulta fell 3.17%, so a big red day here on Ulta. There is one thing that I still like about the technicals, and that is that we held the 50-day moving average. So on this day, we had that big gap down on earnings. We talked about this. I wanted to see if Ulta could find some support, get some bulls back in this stock, and push us back up to this 20-day moving average. Now, this may still happen. I think it should happen over time. I don't think Ulta is just going to completely fall down from this point and never get back to that 20-day. But with options, sometimes the timing is the most important. So I think right now I was maybe a little bit too early to this. I could have let it trade over a few days and then try to catch it on a rebound over a couple days after the earnings fall down that we saw. So we fell on earnings. The next day, we had a really nice bullish day, which is yesterday. And you can see today was a pretty ugly red candle. But what I do like to see is that wick above the 50-day. So we are holding that support. Tomorrow, I would hope to see some type of bullish reaction after this almost 3.5% red day. So I'll go to the 5-minute chart here on Ulta, and we can look at the last few days of trading. So on this day, on the 12th, is when I got into Ulta. I got in at a pretty good entry. I don't think it's too important because what you can see is that right now it's just chopping sideways. And with option contracts, with short expiration, it's pretty difficult to make money when the stock is going sideways. So we had a pretty nice day in the 12th. on the 13th, or on the 15th, which is yesterday, we had a pretty good close. I actually really liked the close that we saw on Ulta on yesterday, which was Monday. So we had a nice move higher, started to consolidate intraday, and then moved higher into the close, actually almost hitting the high of day. And into the after hours, we moved up a little bit as well, up to about $323. This was an important level that I was watching because on this day we had these highs at 323, and then we ultimately have a high up here at 324. Let's just call it 325. So I was hoping after this strong close yesterday that we would continue some of this momentum and try to get above this 325, which in hindsight did not happen. So if we go back to the daily, we can see that 325 was the high here. And if we got a break above 325, I was thinking that we could move back up into that 20-day. Now, looking at today's price action, this definitely did not happen. We had a downgrade from Guggenheim this morning. So if I go to the live news, we can see right here, Guggenheim downgrades Ulta Beauty to neutral. This came out this morning around 10. Actually came out at 9 a.m. So right here, 7:40 a.m. Guggenheim downgrades Ulta. We got an upgrade. Actually maintains buy at 9 o'clock. So they didn't upgrade it, but they just stayed neutral. So we got, I think, a little bit of weakness after that news came out. I'm going to assume that that was most of why Ulta sold off here. And we can see just straight down today. And I didn't want to sell this contract on a 3.5%. At one point, it was a 4% red day. I didn't want to panic sell this contract. I'm already down a pretty large percent on this contract. And selling on a day that's down 4% just doesn't feel right. We definitely can see a bounce here in Ulta. With the short amount of time I have left on the contract, I'm not too bullish on it, and I'm not too optimistic here that I'm going to make back all of my money. But when I got into this swing trade, risk management, the amount that I put into it was what I was willing to lose. And if that comes to be, so be it. We move on and we find another trade. So right now, Ulta did hold above that 50-day, which we can see on the daily chart is right around $310.73. So if we put the line there and we go back to the 5-minute, we can see here close or around afternoon to close, we did hold that level, and we are sort of moving up after hours. So right now, down in the position, what I did wrong was I took a too short of expiration contract on this. I was anticipating a quick move when I probably should have thought that this could take a few days to a few weeks to make the move higher. Overall, I still do believe that Ulta does find strength here and does try to move into this gap, because this is a monster gap on the daily chart, and over time I think it will want to fill. How long it takes, I have no idea. Maybe a little bit longer than this week, maybe next week, maybe the week after. So down on the position, I wanted to share it with you guys. I still like it because we're holding the 50-day, but ultimately I took a too short expiration, and we will see how this works out. I will keep you updated here on YouTube. And if you're in the Discord or if you follow the Instagram, I will keep you updated there as well. So guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Home Depot was a good trade. Ulta, we will see what happens. Right now, I'm red on the position. Don't have much time on this contract. So let's see what tomorrow brings. The market has been pretty interesting lately. Not a lot of volume in the trading days. If you guys go back to the last 3 trading days on the SPY, on the QQQ, you will see that the volume is extremely low. And I was looking at the NASDAQ futures today. The NASDAQ futures have traded the smallest volume over the last 2 days in the last year. So a crazy small amount of volume. A little bit difficult to try to see where the market is heading from this point. So overall, I'm trying to focus on these quality swing trade setups, finding these stocks at strong support to see if we can get a bid back higher. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, before you head out, make sure to smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay tuned for some future videos, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your night. Peace.